Wow. Welcome back, everybody.
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome to another episode of
Find Your Beach, where we teach you how to find your beaches.
Your beach. Find your beach.
Guys, we are
the only podcast about discovering unclaimed property. Okay? We will go through different international property rights, beaches, coves
and islands.
Caves. There's a lot of countries out there that have very lenient domain rights.
And we're going to show you today how to claim an unclaimed beach.
Yeah.
Or cove or cave.
Yeah, we're going to go to the Shetland Islands where the
ponies are from. We're going to start with my vagina.
Yeah.
Which is dry as a beach.
Yes. Very sandy.
Very sandy.
And salty.
Yep. Yeah.
Salty and sandy.
I have not showered. Guys, first things first, I got to read some reviews. Okay? Because, I'm going to read one. Because that is all that's been left on our podcast. But that's enough. One review does make me feel better.
It's one step towards infamy.
That's right.
Wealth.
And if you haven't left a review on our podcast, what in the fuck are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
What the hell is going on? What, is your life too busy to just head over to iTunes and leave 5 stars and say, hey, thanks for cheering me up, guys.
Yeah.
You make my fucking life better.
Did you not take the nootropics that we recommended so that you would be as on point as we demand of our listeners? Yeah, we want you to be sharp. We want you to sharp, maximize your day.
On point, maximize your day.
Organized.
Energize. And
get
horned up.
Horned up. You got to burn the most calories, put the least effort into getting the most results.
That's right.
And also, the government is controlled by a group of lizards.
You may be asking, what brand of nootropics is this? And we don't have an answer for you because we have not figured out a sponsorship deal. But we will at some point.
I'm pouring cold brew into Diet Coke. So
that seems to be working pretty well.
That's kind of where I'm at.
And if you are a nootropics brand and you listen to this podcast, reach out to us for Christ's sake.
We'll experiment.
We will. We'll take any pills you have that we don't have to call our sponsors about. Yeah. And by sponsors, we do mean 12-step programs. We're not talking about other brand deals.
Yeah.
So there's no problem there.
That'd be funny if I relapsed and I called my sponsor and I was like, hey, Mac Weldon, I drank again.
Okay, here's our new review. This is from Grace Seisel.
Thanks,
My
Grace.
2 best friends, 5 stars.
Whoa.
5 stars from Grace Seisel.
Thank you, Grace.
I first discovered Rosebud. Ooh. Are you upset?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you need a second?
No.
Take a deep breath. Okay. Feels like you swallowed oil. I first discovered Rosebud years ago when she was talking astrology on the Lady Lovin' podcast, and I have been smitten with her content ever since. With the addition of Andy and the FYB pod, I now feel like I have 2 very funny best friends who have saved me from the lows of the quarantine and who regularly lift my spirits with their dark and humorous banter. What's dark about joking about John Wayne Gacy killing 33 kids in a basement? What's dark about that?
Not all of them were kids.
Most of them were teens. Okay. If you guys didn't listen to the last Patreon episode, that's really going to seem like out of the blue and unnecessary.
We've been watching the John Wayne Gacy documentary.
Yeah, okay. I seriously look forward to the pod every week, and I'm excited to be along for the journey. Grace, we're excited to have you.
You might find your beach. Outside of this podcast, you might be able to find a beach that hasn't been claimed by a national government and lay claim to it.
So, congrats. Folks, if you are not a member of the Patreon, I would highly suggest heading over to www.patreon.com/findyourbeach and fucking sign up. For $5 a month, you get an extra episode. And for $10 a month, you get more content. $25 a month, you get... to hang. You get a fucking VI Bistro hang with us once a month where we all have dinner together and it's a lot of fun and it's very funny. Last month, we did it with Andy's mom.
We all jerked off. It was great.
We literally did it.
And then we criticized like in the theater sense.
Like constructive criticism.
Yeah. And I was like, I think you're using a little bit too much wrist.
Yeah. Anyway, so head over to Patreon, join the Patreon, and if you don't have the money to do that, that's cool. You can always head over to iTunes and leave us a review on there because we
That's free.
We appreciate it and we'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
speaking of the Patreon, I would like to shout out our newest members.
Go for it.
All right. Welcome to the beach, Sarah Simons. You're a Canadian because you're paying in Canadian money. Thank God you're here. We love your country. We can't wait till the borders open again. We're going to go up there and we're going to get dill pickled flavored potato chips.
That's right.
Zach Werfel. We met you on the street in New York. You scared us at first, but then you ended up being cool. And now you're at VI Beach. Welcome to the beach.
Welcome to the beach, Zach.
You're in the really
special
special
aspiring comedian.
Serena Buckley, you're a Mahalo member. Thank you, Serena.
Thank you,
Welcome
Serena.
Welcome to the beach. Put on your sarong. Aaron.
That's it?
I don't want to say her last name because I feel weird saying people. I guess I've been saying other people's last names. Aaron Adams, another Canuck. Welcome to the beach. Grab yourself a Labatt's. Get the hell in here. Hey.
A what?
A Labatt's.
A Labatt's?
I don't know.
That's not what you said.
I said it wrong first.
Okay.
Ooh, and then we got another one. I hope I don't say this wrong. Geff Stubhert.
Let me see this. I believe that's Jeff.
There's no F. It's Geff.
I know, but it feels like a Jeff to me. What do you guys think?
Geff.
Geff. Jeff or Geff?
It's not Geoff?
Nope.
Nope, just Geff.
Gotta be Geff, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Gotta be Geff.
Stubhert. I'm sure nobody's ever made that joke before, but anyways. Glad you're here.
Welcome, Geff.
Scoos.
And I feel fucking ridiculous saying your name.
Scoos.
Scoos?
That's Scoos.
Who are these people? You guys start signing up with your real fucking names.
I've just been joining the Patreon as different names.
Okay.
I'm paying myself. No, but Scoos is a former Patreon member. He had to quit for a while because of money. He actually messaged us. He said he's back.
Great.
Formerly known as Scott. He's now Scoos.
All right. Cool. He's trying on a new identity. I respect that.
And finally, Miles Harris. Welcome to the beach. All you guys are beautiful. All you guys are.
We got fucking bros. Bros on the beach.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're gonna get away from all that chick energy.
Shut up, Andy.
We're gonna dish. Hey, Women's History Month is over at midnight. Let's put it behind us. It's April. It's time to fucking go balls deep in some male history.
It's not Male History Month.
It is.
No, it's not.
Every month that doesn't have a month is Male History Month.
Okay. Well, that's fair, actually. It feels accurate.
Okay, and then finally, I do want to say something. Margot Smith. We keep on talking about Melbourne. Rhiannon. Mm-hmm. And we're always like, oh, how's it down in Melbourne, Rhiannon? Mm-hmm. Margot also lives in Melbourne. She's a Canadian. She hit us up about her new puppy. She sent us a picture of her new puppy. She said she's got
so
puppy
cute.
Classes. Anyways, Margot, you're right. We fucked up, and because of that, I'm gonna drink bleach tonight and see what happens.
What do you mean we fucked up? Did she say we fucked up?
She was just like, just so you know, you have more than one.
You have more than one Patreon in Melbourne. I will not be erased. That's what Margot said.
Good point.
Margot, you won't be erased. We apologize.
And then actually one more thing.
But you know what will be erased? Andy's esophagus after he drinks
credit card debt.
Bleach.
Okay, and then finally, this is from Patrick Hughes. It's a message. Mm-hmm.
Are we done shouting out the Patreons?
Yes.
Okay, then you need to say that.
He's a patron.
Okay. But then we need to
okay, that was all the new patrons.
That's all the new patrons. Now we're getting into messages. Just let people know what the fuck's going on.
I got my second vaccine dose yesterday, and I've been kind of, I don't know.
You've been fine. You worked
I've been seeing
today.
screensavers all day. Anyways, Patrick Hughes wrote, do y'all have fans send you jokes? Mm-hmm. If so, is it welcome or cringy?
I mean, I already responded to this.
You did?
Yes, I did.
What'd you say?
I said we would welcome any cringy jokes that you have. Send them over. We'll read them on the podcast. I am happy to read your cringy jokes, even if they're good. If they're good, great. But if they're cringy, even better, Patrick. You just need to be ready
To get roasted.
to get roasted
Roasted and toasted.
on the beach, on the bonfire.
Yeah.
Okay? So, not the podcast.
Okay.
Literally,
I was like, the
the bonfire we've built on the beach.
We're going to guest on the bonfire again and be like, hey, we got
We're
some of
going to
our
bring
patrons.
Patrick's jokes to the bonfire
Yeah.
and destroy him. No. Yeah, send them in. Send us in your jokes, your thoughts, your manifestos. Mm-hmm. We'll talk you down off a ledge if you have any of those. Because we're not 8chan.
We are not 8chan.
You are not.
Don't post your manifestos.
We're not going to fucking pat you on the back for your crazy ass manifesto here. We're going to
Unless
talk
it's like
you off a ledge.
Unless it's a peaceful manifesto.
Yeah, unless it's like, I
beautiful.
really just want everybody to get along.
I would like one that was like, I've decided that I'm going to eat all the kinds of popcorn.
I'm going to walk into a movie theater with a gun and tell everybody to hug.
Yeah.
And then if they do,
Free snacks on
I'm going
me.
to put my gun down and I'm going to say, hey,
Well, you should
Let
put
me
your
get
gun
in on
down no
this.
matter what. I mean, maybe, hopefully it's a fake gun, or maybe it's just like a
it's
t-shirt
going to be a Nerf
cannon.
gun.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I don't think people would react. Still, even if it was a Nerf gun, I think they'd still probably get frightened.
You don't think they would hug?
No.
All right, well,
Maybe.
I'll come up with a different manifesto.
Well, especially not now. Social distancing.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about
It's
that
still
anymore.
going to be seen as an act of violence if I tell people to hug during COVID times.
Yeah,
Well, I'm really getting ahead of myself.
but we're vaccinated. We can hug whoever. Today on the subway, I licked the long pole.
You know you're supposed to wait 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't. And I don't feel good. You can tell. You can see it in my eyes.
Yeah, you do. You have a faraway look in your eyes that's concerning and exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
I don't know. Murder, homicide?
Possibly.
Or murder, suicide?
No, it's going to be a murder homicide because I'm going to switch into my other personality. And
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
kill myself.
Oh.
But
it's
it'll be the other person.
Like behind
John
her
Wayne
eyes.
Gacy's.
Oh, okay.
Like John Wayne Gacy's two different personalities. You know when he threw in an extra personality while he was in the middle of an interrogation with the cops?
So smart. That
He
guy.
just threw it in there.
That guy owns. John Wayne Gacy owns.
John Wayne Gacy owns.
Well, the craziest thing was that he was just killing people, but like his mother-in-law and like his stepkids just lived in the house. He just like, how do you not, it wasn't that big of a house. How do you not know that like a sex worker is getting strangled to death and then dragged down it's like.
Also, every time they interviewed his wife, I was like, God, she sounds fucking impossible.
Yeah, why didn't he kill her?
And that's coming from me,
Yeah.
you know? Like, she really sounded like every single thing this man did drove her fucking insane. But he was also blowing kids in his driveway, so that makes sense. You know?
What are
I'd
you
be
gonna
like,
do?
hey, fucko, stop blowing kids in the driveway.
Quit blowing kids in the
Smells
driveway.
like dead people in here,
I have to work in the morning.
you know?
Yeah.
It's
That's what he should have said. Probably would have solved the whole thing.
Hey, fucko, wipe that clown makeup off. Stop blowing kids in the driveway. Get in here and get the dead rat smell out of the basement. You know?
His name was Pogo the Clown. Pogo the Clown. One of the most disturbing looking clowns I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
A fat clown?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. A fat clown can be very cute.
But you don't see him a lot. I think it's extra menacing, and I think that I can't imagine anybody was like, Pogo? Pogo the Clown is a killer? I think everybody was like, Pogo the Clown is obviously who's responsible for all these missing people.
Yeah, absolutely. Pogo the Clown showed up and people hid their kids
Yeah.
at the party. I remember one time I was really high and I was driving down Old Dominion Drive in Virginia and just off my face. Mm-hmm. And I saw a clown in full makeup driving towards me in the opposite direction. And I've never screamed so loud in my whole life.
Me, Scott, and Rory, and somebody else all put on clown makeup and costumes.
I knew when I started my story that you were getting ready.
I had a better
that you were
story.
gearing up to tell another story.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was better, and I still won't say that. But it did annoy me that you didn't react to mine at all because you were so excited to tell yours. But go ahead. I'm excited to listen.
I need to work on listening. Do you want to retell your story?
No.
Okay, cool.
Not at all.
Anyways, we all dressed up like clowns, and then we drove around Seattle high out of our brains, but we would just honk at people and yell obscenities. Like, hey, fucko, why don't you learn how to drive? And they would like turn to get mad, and then they would just see a car full of 4 clowns. It was one of the best bits we've ever done.
It's fun.
It was so good. Just when you just give somebody shit and they're all ready to like turn and, fight you, and then it's 4
You're
clowns.
dressed like a cat or something.
No, we like literally had like.
No, I know you were dressed as it was a yes and thing. I was just gonna go with it. God.
I don't know. With a cat, I might be like scared her. I'm sorry. We're not gelling right now.
No, we're not.
We're not Magellan.
Was that a reference to a
even
Dr.
know.
Scholl's commercial from, 2006?
Gelling like Magellan?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know.
Yep.
Thank you. I
Somebody
appreciate
from the
that.
back just goes, it was. Was that Greg? Yep.
Okay.
Take a deep breath, Andy.
There's a lot of things going on. I broke my fast, hoping that I would get some energy. I just feel more lackadaisical. I'm kind of in a delirious state.
Why?
I didn't sleep very well last night.
Because of the vaccine?
I don't really know, but yeah, probably.
I slept like a
was
little
euphoric.
baby in the grass.
Yeah. And then I worked.
Yeah, that was insane of you.
It was stupid. Let's just say it what it is. It was stupid.
It was dumb. I was going to say it. I think I said it last night. I was like, hey, that's a fucking dumb idea, dummy.
Yeah.
And you were like, it's cool. And
I'll
I was
be
like,
fine.
Okay.
Well, next time we record, I won't work.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Every time I feel the need to carry the podcast, I'm going to go completely silent and wait for you to come up with a brilliant idea. So.
Oh, you had that brilliant idea about that segment tonight.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you for bullying me with a compliment.
Mm-hmm. I
have an idea. Andy's always talking about how he's bad at Twitter and how, why isn't he famous on Twitter? And I'm going to go through Andy's Twitter.
Okay.
And we're going to find the reasons why this week he has not gone viral. Okay? Andy Haynes, where are you? Did you just block me from Twitter?
No.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
You just tweeted Rosebud stinks.
What are you talking about?
You just tweeted Rosebud stinks.
I did not.
Yes, you did, and you blocked me.
I didn't block you.
I'm Andy Haynes.
Yes, that's me.
It's I'm Andy Haynes on Twitter.
Okay.
Okay, well, the first problem is you've tweeted Rosebud stinks.
Okay,
that
I'll take that
alone
down.
that's gonna be problematic for you.
Has that gotten any likes yet?
It is Women's History Month. I'll like it for you.
Thanks, babe.
Okay. Here we go. Just got my second dose of the vaccine. Feel fine. But anyone else see this guy when they shut their eyes? And it's just the Windows paperclip from 1992.
98.
Whatever.
No big deal.
Okay. That
Pretty
got
good
17 likes. No retweets, no comments.
Nope.
All right. 2 days ago, where did you tweet this one from? Just out of curiosity, without reading the tweet?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Okay, so in a blackout, Andy tweeted, Brendans and Brandons need to come together and agree that they have the same name. Okay? That got 10 likes and 1 response from Andy Farnsworth, who said, I feel like it's a class issue.
Yeah.
And then Andy said, spelling class? And Andy said, this is a real, just Andy to Andy convo.
Yep. It's weird because it's the Brandons, and now it's an Andy to Andy.
Yeah, and Andy Farnsworth said, you up there with your blue check mark turning your back on the working Brandons.
I haven't earned it.
Okay. Whew. This is, again, 2 days ago. Wow, you were really on a roll. Right now, someone is putting the final touches on their White Boy Summer parody song and video, which will go viral. I hate them, but also wish them good luck. 8 likes, no comments, no retweets.
Nope.
I think really that one was steeped in bitterness.
I hate ephemeral comedy.
What do you mean?
Like, like the parodies, like, you know, like Ken Bone, like the 2-day parody.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I just hate when that stuff is like, I don't know.
It's like it's a quick trip to fame.
Yeah, and it's like they never do it again. It's just, I don't know, I hate it, but it just seems cheap. I don't know.
Do you think maybe you hate it because it goes viral?
No.
You sure?
Well, I think I hate it because it goes viral, but it's usually not very good. You know what I mean? So I hate what goes viral. Like, I like it when something great goes viral.
Yeah. Okay, this one actually I find very relatable, and so did Twitter. 42 likes and 5 comments. Anything worse than accidentally joining someone's Instagram live?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't know if there's anything worse.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Especially when you swipe into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then Slick Nick wrote, being the only one viewing and them going, oh my God, hey, you.
And then you exit right out of there.
That has happened to me several times.
All the time.
Where I've joined somebody's live. I joined our friend Wilfred's live with TJ the other day, and there were 3 people in there.
Yeah.
And I just started typing as if I was my dog, and I'd taken my mom's phone.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
that was how I knew. That was how I dealt with it.
Do you remember?
I was like, "Hey, it's Charlie. I took mom's phone. She's a dumb bitch. I hate her." And then I left.
Do you remember how many times we got invited to do Instagram live shows at the beginning of the pandemic, or kind of like the first third of it?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Oh, cool, Instagram live show," and then you'd get there and it'd be like 11 people. You'd be like, "What? You made a poster for this?" There was a poster?
Yeah, it really threw you back to like the early days of comedy.
Yeah.
Where it's like but it was
11
sadder.
people back in the day in a bar show, 11 people was an audience.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would do shows for 3 people and be psyched about it. So, all right, this was 5 days ago. We're going to go through the whole week. All right. I hope some guy out there is saying his wife's anniversary present is stuck on the sideways boat. I don't even get that.
The Suez Canal boat.
What about it?
The boat that got stuck in the Suez Canal for 5 days and stopped all international trade.
I did not know about that.
Yeah. It was like pretty big news story.
Okay, too highbrow.
Okay.
That's going to be the problem with that one. But it was retweeted by Drew Up the Vote.
Mm-hmm.
And his bio says he graduated from one of New York's top ad schools with really good grades. So
cool.
There you go. So that's why Andy hasn't gone viral this week.
I don't think I get it. Like, my best tweet there was like 45, which is like what most of my friends would erase a tweet for having that little likes. Mm-hmm. That's a good tweet for me.
Yeah.
It is maddening to me that I cannot figure out social media, because it is not a smart person's. It shouldn't take a lot of intellect to be good at that. It's like
it doesn't.
And I never have done good at it. I think the most I've ever gotten was one time I texted my friend Abby, and the guy that texted me back was like, "Hey, this isn't Abby's phone number anymore. I'm this guy." And it turned out that he was a Nazi ceramicist.
What?
He made ceramics with swastikas on it.
Hold on. You tweeted
the text conversation.
the text convo.
Yeah, like the screenshots of the text. I got like 15,000 likes on that. The only time I've ever done well on Twitter.
Wow.
None of my points. Nothing. I don't resonate. I don't speak the language. I don't know. I give up.
You're too smart for Twitter.
No, it's not a smartness thing. It's like the same way I can't make eye contact. You know, it's like something, I'm missing a chip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I have a tweet that does well, it's something that I didn't really want to do well.
Yeah, to some extent. I don't really tweet like that anymore. I mean, I've just been incredibly inconsistent with Twitter too. I don't think so, Andy. You tweeted pretty much every day this week, so. Yeah, but it never resonates, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we know. Well, that's obvious.
Yeah. You're not helping me.
No, that's not the point of the segment.
Oh, okay. It's just to hurt me.
The point of the segment is, why haven't you gone viral? And I'm going to read your tweets back to you.
I'm trying.
Yeah, and hopefully people read that or people see this, they feel bad, and then they go follow you on Twitter.
I really don't want them to.
That's what I want. I want a lot of sympathy likes for Andy.
I want
on
an
Twitter.
excuse to leave this life. That's what I want. I really want an excuse to go into the woods.
I could just read you more of your tweets if that's what you're looking for.
Great.
'Cause,
Sure. That's fine.
you said you wanted me to do my segment. I did my segment.
But that's the thing is like, see, you're good at Twitter.
No, I'm not.
You're not like great at it. I wasn't like, but like
Well,
when I try
you
to
don't
do
hurt my feelings.
when I try to do jokes, like when I write jokes on Twitter, they always come out like bad monologue jokes. When I do like a jokey joke.
Yeah. Every time I write a joke on Twitter, it feels like it falls flat. People don't like it. They want your base animal instinct thoughts.
I don't get it. Yeah.
I mean, I tweeted something about Joe Rogan this week.
That got some
good traction because it mentioned Joe Rogan and it brought hordes of men that wear beanies to cover up their balding.
What did you say?
Hordes of men.
No. What did you say in the tweet?
I said that Joe Rogan was the male Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
And that it is just as crazy to sell herbs to fix a limp dick as it is to put a crystal in your yeast infection.
Yeah.
And that really divided the country. You want to see how divided America is? Write one tweet with Joe Rogan and Gwyneth Paltrow in it, and you're going to have a mutiny on your hands.
Were people like, shut the fuck up and stuff like that?
People were like, shut the fuck up. People were like, you're a hero. It was all this shit where it was like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make a funny comparison. And people were like, yeah, pick a side, bitch. And I was like, this is not my war. You know?
Yeah.
Some guy who's like super liberal got real mad at me and tweeted some shit about how he's a grifter. And if I can't see that, then I'm a coward and a dummy.
Did he call you a dummy?
Not dummy, but he said something like that.
I love calling people dummies.
What he said?
Hey guys, is the red light been on the whole time or?
It's been on the whole time.
Okay.
He says, he's a grifter and you're obviously not the sharpest tool in the shed. Seriously, he's a grifter. And then he tweeted again, you don't listen and comprehend for shit then.
Wow.
And then he said, oh, so you didn't have the balls to attack that grifter? Lame.
You know what you can always do with those guys is you can always be like, you can say something like, oh, are you threatened that a woman has her own ideas? And those guys will always be like, you know.
Yeah, but I don't feel like doing that.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. And that's what's beautiful about this country.
Okay, I'm going to be quiet until you come up with your next idea.
Okay. You guys, there's been a lot of talk about home gym systems, but which one's the best? Is it the mirror reflective surface workout coach? Is it the Peloton bike? Is it the Peloton 360, which doubles as a complete body workout that you cannot just spin? Is it the Soul Cycle at home system? Is it Nordic Track?
These are Andy's stream of consciousness thoughts.
That's a good tweet.
Thank you.
That was a great tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are just questions that people bring up in marketing rooms.
Well, there's so many things on the internet that like people get traction from where it's like the dumbest thing in the world. It's like, hey guys, looking for some new books. Does anybody have any recs? And everybody's like, oh, we gotta tell her the books that I've been reading. I love books. Books are so good. And everybody's like, fucking thrilled. I know how to go and look for a book. I don't need some dumb shit to tell me. It's called the internet. I don't need your opinions.
Okay, but
It's called I'm going to read a book about how they get oil out of the sand in Alberta.
that sounds like the worst book ever.
I'm working on a spec script.
Oh, sorry. So what's your favorite home gym system, Andy?
You know it already. It's the Peloton 360. I've already told you about it. You won't let me have it in the house because we don't have the space.
That's right, we don't. And we won't until Andy starts to bring it on the podcast. Because as long as he's phoning it in, we're not going to get more listeners.
I'm not phoning it in. My brain is dead. Okay?
You can't keep using that as an excuse.
I huffed paint this morning.
I don't
can't
give a shit.
help it.
Huff your paint and come to work. Come to work.
I'm taking Whippets next week. Are Whippets relapsing?
I don't know. Call your sponsor.
All right, I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
Hey, just a real quick question.
Why don't you call your sponsor right now and ask him?
Are Whippets relapsing?
Ask him right now.
I'm not going to do that.
Do
That would be a huge breach of trust.
Do it.
I'm not going to do that.
Come on.
You call your sponsor.
Call your sponsor. I don't have a sponsor.
We're not
I'm
even supposed to
working on
talk
it.
about 12-step.
What?
11th tradition.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Press radio phone.
Whatever. You always say no to like the best ideas that I have.
That's an illegal idea.
It's not illegal.
All right, well, I don't like doing the phone call like on the phone. I wish we had like the system set up so that
You don't need a system set up. You just call somebody on fucking speakerphone. There's a microphone right here. Anyways, it's fine. You don't want to do it. And that's okay because I'm not here to coerce you. This is a relationship where we respect one another's needs and desires, and I love you.
Okay. Are we doing that now? Respecting and meeting each other's needs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's what I just said.
That's the idea. So there's some big soccer games this week.
Ew. Who cares?
I mean, there's so much stuff we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about how you almost shot everybody with a gun.
Oh, shit.
We haven't talked about...
We haven't talked about that?
No, we've been gone.
I think we talked about that.
Did we talk about almost...
I think you did. I remember you.
Oh, we talked about skeet shooting.
See? Okay, next. What else have we not talked about?
Nashville.
My album?
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it yet.
We haven't.
Rosebud recorded her album /special.
I did.
It's through Comedy Central and 800 Pound Gorilla.
We don't know that yet.
Okay, well, I'm
We
sorry
have to
about
take that out.
Okay, guys, mark that down. Just put a bleep over that.
Okay.
Sorry I messed that up.
It's okay.
I'm like trying to be nice and shout you out, but you don't actually tell me these things, so
I do.
now
I tell you
fucked
and you
up.
don't listen.
Okay, well that's probably true.
This is the thing. Whenever I can't tell Andy a secret because he will forget that it's a secret and he will talk about it at some point.
Well, also half the time you're talking to me, I'm absorbing it, but I'm not like understanding the context because I'm thinking about like if there's a way to like fix something in the house with like a special bolt, and I'm like, where do you get that bolt? You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm fixing things, I'm planning routes, I'm thinking about
It's sort of like when you
itineraries.
try to talk to me about like what time my flight is getting in to a connecting flight that I'm taking to a different location on a trip that you are not even coming on. And I am watching you and I hear the question, but I'm also like, why the fuck would he need the answer to this question right now?
I don't need it. That's the answer.
Yeah. And I'm like, why does he want to torture me with questions about time? Mm-hmm. Because there's no questions that bother me more than questions of like, hey, when can we organize this to happen? Because here's what's happening at this time during the day, and then this happens after that. Those conversations make me want to rip my fucking eyeballs out.
Well, they're just it's called planning, and most people do it in marriages.
It's absolutely
because they have to coordinate their lives.
Infuriating.
I'll be like, hey, Rosebud, we have to do this thing. It's of utter importance, and she'll be like, ugh.
Listen.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. Blah.
Listen. Here's what needs to happen.
Rosebud, you need to get this cancer
We need
check.
to have.
Boring. I want to go on TikTok.
It is boring. Well, who wants to go get their fucking moles checked? You know, just like I'll just wait and see if it's cancer, and then when it's cancer, I'll go get chemo. You know, and I'll get like I'll find like a favorite podcast about cancer, and I'll listen to that while I go get my chemo.
I'm gonna switch the script because you know how everybody like their wife gets cancer and then they're like just the best husband and they just I'm gonna be like, ugh, gross, your hair fell out, I'm out of here, and then I'm like just transition everything to like I'm gonna just relapse and go to Phoenix.
You know what I think you should do is come with me to every single appointment, but the whole time just be like, I'm so bored.
Babe, this is boring.
God, how long is this chemo gonna take?
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't want you to get cancer. Mainly because I don't want you to be bald. I mean, that would just be gross.
I would look like Elmer Fudd.
Flathead.
I'd just be a circle-shaped head.
I do want to apologize to everybody. I'm pretty out of it. And I want to say that we should all give Rosebud a hero's welcome for the way she's carried the pod tonight.
I haven't. I feel like this whole podcast has been a fucking bust. I'm honestly
The whole
pretty
thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty upset with how it's gone. You brought it for the first episode, and then I was like, have a little pizza. You know, I saw the life draining from your eyes.
It's the dairy. The dairy slows you down.
It doesn't. There's like barely any fucking dairy on that pizza. And
White death.
oh my God. This just reminded me.
That was such a weird
the
female voice for you.
We were in the cellar the other night, and Andy was on stage talking about how he drinks milk or whatever. And
no, how I don't drink milk. How I think it's weird that people still drink milk.
yeah, and then Monroe Martin, who was on my podcast this week, he showed me this article about how like white nationalists are like chugging milk as like an exercise in like eugenics. Like they're like trying to like show how like white people can drink milk.
Yeah. It's
And
like a
how,
like a low T, high T versus like I'm a big strong man, my body can digest dairy.
Yeah,
I hope
so
they
they're
all
just
go home and get diarrhea.
chugging milk in public.
It's Proud Boys. That's who's doing it.
Of course it's Proud Boys. It's like they start off with a name that sounds like they're fans of musical theater.
Yeah.
Okay? They just sound like musical theater fanboys who are also proud of it. And then they move on to like chugging milk. Next they're going to have a fucking twirl-a-thon. They're going to be like, look how many times I can twirl in this
What are they going to
skirt.
twirl? Oh, themselves, like their whole body.
Yeah, they're just going to be twirling around and see who falls down last.
That's like I've always said that if you're proud of your European heritage,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever I see a guy in a kilt, I'm like, there's some skeletons in that attic.
There's skeletons up that skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I when we were first dating and you took me to Europe,
Yeah.
remember that?
Yes.
And you were like, this is what did you call it? You're like, it's a birthright tour.
Oh yeah, it's birthright.
It's a birthright trip.
Yeah, I go to England as birthright. I just finally want to go to. I want to go someplace where I see people like me in power, and by that I mean
America?
sun deprived, sickly looking Anglo people. Because here I see like ham fed,
Yeah.
Americans. I want to see people who their hair is thinning by like 26.
Mm-hmm.
They have bad teeth.
Yeah.
They're missing, like you can just look in their eyes and their face. You can tell that they come from good genes, but they're not getting all the vitamins they need. You know?
Yes.
I wanted to see those kind of people so that I could be like, oh, maybe I can live.
like 5 degrees off Ryan Reynolds is what you're saying.
5 degrees off is a very generous degree off. So I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's 360 degrees. So that's not even 5%.
Okay, can I bump it up now?
No.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to see.
Okay.
You guys, most of this has been completely unlistenable, but
We agree.
we agree. But I hope
But if you were a patron, that episode was great.
the Patreon was fucking
This is
great.
a free episode.
the
You can go fuck
Patreon
your-
was fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, if this wasn't up your alley, join the Patreon and you get an extra episode every week.
Hey, if this wasn't up your alley, give us money. And if you didn't like this week's episode, give us money and you're going to fucking love what happens.
Oh my God, it was fucking magic.
Yeah.
We were just firing fucking all synapses.
Yeah.
All systems go on the Patreon, baby. So head over to www.patreon.com/findyourbeach and join us for $5 a month. You get that basic membership,
We love you.
We love you. And if you can't afford the Patreon, next
worry
week's
about
going to
it.
be better.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm not going to work
You're not gonna work?
I'm not going to work before the day of so that I'm rested.
Yeah, so that you'll fucking bring it.
Yes.
Thank Christ. We love you, Andy. I love you. I'm sorry that I was mean to you during the podcast. And
Rosebud, I love you. You're my very
respect
special, shiny little girl.
Okay. I don't even know how to respond.
You're my
to that.
little sunshine girl.
Okay.
You're my little daisy buttercup. You're my little peanut butter bonbon.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.